right, so I have your CV. It looks rich and interesting. Could you please start with your qualifications?
Okay, I'm a registered nurse and have a diploma in general nursing as well as psychiatry, midwifery, and community health nursing, as well as a post-basic training of adult intensive care.
Okay. And during the last 7 years, you were at one unit. Could you describe your experience of the last 7 years? Could you give us a sense of the kind of work that you were doing?
Okay, I have worked in the neonatal ICU unit. It's a 35-bedded unit where we deal with the critical ill babies. We the we mainly see to babies that are premature, babies that have conditions like your respiratory conditions which need ventilation or CPAP, your babies that are jaundiced uh, with cardiac problems as well, and babies with basic observations as well.
So if we could get some numbers to that, then could you describe the beds and the ward and the different kinds of numbers involved?
Okay, in the department that I worked in, we had 4 beds that were fit for ventilation. Those were your babies that be critically ill that needed ventilation with conditions such as your respiratory distress or your pneumonias. Then we had our high care unit, which was a 7-bedded unit with babies that we needed high care. That was mainly your babies that were premature, that were less than 1 kg, babies who needed your CPAP machines, and also needed assisted feedings. Then we also had an acute unit where we see babies that were born with minor illnesses, such as having mild respiratory distress after birth, or who were jaundiced, or sometimes babies that were not feeding well, who just needed observation during feedings, or babies that could have potential illnesses, where your moms were either had diabetes during pregnancy, or had any cardiac conditions during pregnancy. And then we also had a kangaroo mother care department. This was a department, it was a 6-bedded department where your well babies that were still underweight and not yet fit for discharge, we left with their moms to take care of them. The moms took care of the babies on their own, just being supervised.
All right. And how many people were running those beds on your shift?
There were 7 of us in the shift.
Okay. And what was your position with regards to the 7? Did you have a position, a title?
Yes, I was team leader, so I was in charge of the whole department during
Right.
night duty.
Night duty team leader. Okay. Could I
Yes.
ask you, please, Marlene, what is your management style? Let's say that things are a little bit disruptive and you need to organize for one reason or another. How would you group people together and get on task?
Okay, before we commence our duties, our staff are always allocated duties. So everybody knew what their tasks were for the night. Besides having their general tasks, each person were allocated extra tasks that if a potential problems occurred, that they also knew that they had to take care of these extra tasks. These tasks could include, if we had a resuscitation during the night, there were specific staff members who would attend to the resuscitation, while other staff members continued with their normal duties. Or if there were queries with the family members, there was a specific team member who attended to family members.
Okay, great. So it's about sticking to the established protocols for each person and for the different situations. It's normally covering everything,
Yes,
the protocols. Okay, so
yes.
back to the book.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And then it's also about empowering the other staff members as well. So you give them the initiative that wherever there is a crisis, they don't just look at me. So then they know, because there is a crisis, I'm also equipped to handle these things as well. So that's why there's always ongoing in-service between staff members, so that you make sure each person is able to handle every potential problem that the department faces.
Is ongoing in service sort of like on the job training?
Yes, it is. It's on the job training, and we also have like specific days to say, okay, this day we're gonna set aside like half an hour just for in-service training for our whole department.
Okay, great. Could you tell me, please, if you just relax for a second and think back, what would be the thing you're most proud about in the 7 years that you have been working?
Wow, there's so many things to be proud about.
How about if you just would pick one at random from the top of the list that you feel good about as an accomplishment?
I think it's the best feeling is being acknowledged outside of work. It's sometimes when you either doing shopping or something, and you meet somebody, and obviously with the amount of people that you do nurse and you do take care of, you don't remember faces.
Sure.
And then somebody just comes up to you and says, when they have family members or friends with them, they'll just say, do you know this nurse? Yeah, she's the one who saved my baby's life. And then you feel so good about yourself to think that all your hard work is recognized at the end of the day. You sometimes once you work, you feel so unappreciated with the amount of work that you do, and that one sentence just makes like everything worth it at the end.
When I get back from a hospital event, which rarely happens, but an injury, I always feel I should have said more to the person helping me.
Yes.
Marlene, it's a pleasure to talk to you. And you know what? You're already in Hamilton because you were already brought in by your husband, weren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am.
So you're this close to starting work. You have already the right to work. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So all you're asking for at the moment is support through the registration process, financial support.
Yes, I am.
And for the right company, you're ready to jump to work ASAP. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. How about the children's situation? Would you have, is there any daycare and things that could be organized if you have, I don't know if you have children. I'm just wondering.
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do have two children. I actually have a 6-month-old and a 7-year-old.
Okay. Would you put them in the non-intensive care bed while you're working or something?
It's a possibility.
Okay.
No, I do have friends here that will take care of my children if the need arises. Otherwise, I'm quite happy sending them to take care.
Okay, I would encourage employers interested in your background and skill set and experience to give you a call, and I will be very happy to facilitate any calls to you as well directly, and we can get this thing going, and you can work in Hamilton. You're already here. You don't have to wait. You don't have to see if maybe something is going to happen with the work visa. You've got the work visa. You're here. You just need to go through the registration process, which you've already looked at. You know what the process is, and what is your comfort level? Do you believe you'll pass through the process easily, or is there some problems with the process?
No, it's a simple process, and I know I'm definitely going to pass.
Okay, very good.
It.
So there you go, everyone. Have a look at Marlene. Thank you for your time, Marlene.
Thank you so much.